Hello, well, you join me today outside what surely must be Labour's HQ. And the biggest one of these at the moment is, no, it's not Keir Starmer, strangely, although let's face it, I'm pretty sure he holds a card most of the time, but today the biggest one appears to be Ed Miliband, because he's been banging on, hasn't he, about net zero left, right and centre, along with, of course, heat pumps from what I'm aware. But guess what? It appears that poor old Ed maybe hasn't actually got enough money to get one, because it turns out that he's still got a gas boiler at his place in Doncaster North. I mean, talk about do as I say and not as I do. I mean, it's absolutely disgraceful, isn't it? That he's banging on at everyone saying we should get this and that and net zero and all the other made up crap, in my opinion, whilst he probably sits back and puts his feet up in front of a nice gas fire on cold wintry days, eh? But there is a bit of a twist, because he apparently was the only cabinet minister who claimed to have a heat pump at home when the Telegraph asked. But now, receipts from the Independent Parliamentary Standards Authority, the IPSA, show that he is still using gas. And before anyone says in the comments something like, "Oh really, well he must have a gas cooker then, oh I hate the Smug one," I'm guessing probably not, because he even listed £168.91 in expenses with the dual energy bill. And I know what you're going to say, oh well that's for both gas and electric. The thing is though, £121.18 was going towards gas. So I think if anything, unless he has his gas oven on for the majority of the day, he just might be using a bit of gas for other things as well, maybe. Perhaps heating in the good old winter months. But anyway, his North London home supposedly does have a heat pump, so maybe that is the one he was going on about. The thing is, though, you'd think that if he thinks it's so brilliant, he'd want all of his homes to have heat pumps, wouldn't he? And also, it just makes me wonder which one of these two homes he's at the most. I'm betting it's the Doncaster one. But anyway, this all comes as families are dealing with a £25 boiler tax because heat pump sales are lagging, and manufacturers might have to cough up £30 million in fines. And these penalties could end up costing the customers more. Don't worry, because apparently Miliband's department, well, they're brushing off the fine, saying that they've set a realistic sales target. Although let's face it, if people don't want these things, then the sales targets aren't probably that realistic, eh? Claire Clitheroe, if I pronounced that right, from the Shadow Energy team, isn't holding back. She is saying it's one rule for Labour and one rule for everyone else, pointing out that Miliband is charging taxpayers for his gas boiler while pushing a boiler tax that will hit the people hard. She's all about putting cheap energy first, which should be a good thing, shouldn't it? And thinks only the Conservatives, well, they can do that sensibly. I personally don't think the Conservatives have done anything sensibly for a few years now. But anyway, Reform, in my opinion, would be a much better bet. But Richard Tice from Reform, he isn't mincing his words either. He is calling out Miliband for not sticking to his net zero goals and accuses him of misleading the public. He's saying that Labour is all about imposing policies and taxes on everyone else but not themselves. That does seem to be the good old-fashioned Labour way, doesn't it? Unfortunately, eh? And Nigel Farage, well, he's got a bit of a little thing to say. He says, "Do as I say, not as I do," is Miliband's message, which coincidentally is what I just said earlier. Oh, and did I mention the government's original plan to install 600,000 heat pumps a year by 2030? Well, the Telegraph reported that in June that they're quietly scrapping that target. Plus, it came out that Miliband spent nearly £700 million on heat pump grants in his first year as Energy Secretary, and I'm pretty sure £700, that is a lot of government toilet roll, isn't it? Which could have been spent in much better areas, in my opinion. But just what did they all say about it? Well, a spokesman for the Department and Energy Secretary Security and Net Zero is trying to keep things positive, because I'm guessing they still want us to keep going down this net zero yellow brick road of theirs. But anyway, they are saying the government is helping customers make choices and is working to lower heat pump costs. But will it be enough so people switch over? To be honest, I would not leave gas central heating at all, because the heat from heat pumps, from what I've heard, does actually stop as soon as you turn the heat pump off. Whereas gas central heating, you've still got the residual heat left after your boiler's switched off, haven't you? Which, from what I'm aware, could still keep your house warm for a good at least half an hour or maybe even an hour. So whether Labour like it or not, a lot of people are more than likely going to stick with boilers for that very reason. But anyway, what do you all think about this? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll be back very soon with some more videos. So make sure you click that subscribe button down there so you don't miss my next one.